gets therapized. We're going to explore the Disney Plus series and what it means for people to come around and change who they are, change what they want, and turn away from bad habits and desires towards something more positive and healthy. Let's do this. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist, and I am burdened with a glorious purpose. I want to talk about Loki today, Thor's adopted brother in the series Loki of the Disney Plus series. I've actually covered Loki's entire film arc on my other channel, Cinema Therapy. But the thing is, we have like a divergence of Lokis, which is going to be a theme in this series. In other words, we have the Loki who went through the entire film series and gave his life, spoiler alerts, gave his life for his brother. But honestly, if you haven't watched Avengers Infinity War, what are you even doing here? And his story ended. But now we have a branch off. As we saw in Avengers Endgame when the Loki from 2012's The Avengers grabs the Tesseract and now he's captured by the Time Variance Authority. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. He's captured by the Time Variance Authority, and he gets to start a whole new timeline, a whole new life for himself. What I want to talk about is I once heard a story of a man who did work in prisons to help rehabilitate prisoners, prepare them to re-enter society. And someone told this man, I don't know why you waste your time. Leopards don't change their spots. And he said, that may be true, but I don't work with leopards. I work with people, and people change every day. Loki's been captured. Right now, he's still in this, I need to conquer a world. I need to be a king. I need to prove myself to my father. I need to prove myself to my brother, or just really stick it to him. And he's given the opportunity to see how the rest of his life would have played out or did play out in the coming years. And so we're gonna watch him watch what his life, in the other timeline was. And what I want you to pay attention to and think about is, if you could see the rest of your life, if you could see the choices you made, the relationships that you had. We often talk about looking into the past and what would we do differently. But I love the idea of considering our futures and where we're headed if we just keep doing things as we've been doing them, and asking ourselves, is this the outcome that I want for myself? So let's watch this clip and then we'll talk about it.
I love you, my sons. Remember this, please.
Never knew that his father truly loved him. Witnesses his father's death. And as he starts to cry here, the veneer of the villainous conqueror starts to fall.
Loki, I thought the world of you. I thought we were gonna fight side by side forever.
His brother loves him, sees himself choosing to be a hero.
Maybe you're not so bad after all, brother.
Maybe not.
Thank you. If you're here, I might even give you a hug.
A mission that he always really wanted. Freaking Thanos. He's like, what's this? I thought I had a happy ending. Things were good with my family.
You should choose your words more carefully.
Hiddleston's great here. He's a great actor. It's like that movie Big Fish where he sees his future and how he dies. What if you knew how and when you died? Would that change things for you? What would you do differently? And he just sees his own neck get snapped. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. I've had times where I could not literally see my future. Obviously, I don't have that gift, but see from the past. These are the choices I've been making, and where is that going to land me? And is that the future that I want? Now, in Loki's case, he had no idea that he would actually connect with his father, connect with his brother, that he would give his life to save his brother's life. He gets to see what literally happens. But consider your future. Are you becoming who you want to be? If not, how are you going to pivot? Right? How are you going to change direction? What habits do you need to break? And stop procrastinating breaking them, but actually do the work. What weaknesses do you need to challenge and fight against and push against and turn them into strengths instead of saying, well, this is just me. I mean, self-acceptance is a beautiful thing, but self-acceptance without any desire for growth and change, it tends to kill relationships, honestly, and it tends to kill opportunities in your life. So Loki, after seeing this, he has a talk with Morbius's character. Morbius is played by Owen Wilson, does a great job in the show. And Morbius had accused Loki of enjoying hurting people, of enjoying killing people. And here Loki has a moment of real self-reflection. Let's check it out.
I can't go back, can I? Back to my timeline. I don't enjoy hurting people. I don't enjoy it. I do it because I have to, because I've had to.
Okay, explain that to me.
Because it's part of the illusion. It's the cruel, elaborate trick conjured by the weak to inspire fear.
The desperate play for control.
You do know yourself.
A villain.
That's not how I see it.
Some people are without compassion. Some people they like hurting people. Some people are scary. Most of the time though, people who hurt others, physically yes, but more often than not emotionally, it's because they themselves are hurting. Doesn't justify the behavior, not by a long shot. And it doesn't mean you should be in a relationship with someone who continues to hurt you without change, without penitence, without making things right. But it does mean that we can look at ourselves and look at others and realize that, Loki talks about, I don't enjoy hurting people. It's necessary for the illusion of fear, right? A lot of people, they want love, but they don't think they can get it. So they'll settle for being feared. They'll settle for being respected. They'll settle for being powerful. A lot of, macho behavior displayed by both men and women, but this macho behavior of I'm tough, I'm strong, don't mess with me, don't cross me, really comes from I want to be loved, but I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't think I'm lovable, so I'll settle for being feared and respected. Desperate play for control. Most people who project menace and power and I can't be wrong and I'm never wrong, they're generally afraid. They'll never admit it to themselves, but they're generally afraid. The world is big, it's scary, they can't control everything. They'd like to believe they can. The more things they control, the safer they feel. And then paradoxically, they push people away. That's what Loki did for a long time. That's why he could never truly get close to Thor or to Odin. And he blamed it on them. But they always loved him. And they always wanted that connection. If you've seen the series, this new timeline version of Loki, he experiences a lot of growth. To the point where he encounters a bunch of other Lokis from different timelines. And he witnesses what his own narcissism looks like. And my favorite moment is when all the Lokis start fighting and arguing, and this Loki is like, oh gosh, like this is so obnoxious that he can't even stand himself at this point. And that helps him to change, and he grows into a more compassionate person. He actually becomes a hero. I've met people who've done awful things, hurtful things. I, being human, have said and done awful things and hurtful things that I deeply regret. But it's never too late to change. It's never too late to be the best version of yourself. It's never too late to make amends if you can. And if you can't, then at the very least make changes. So if you like comic books and superhero stuff and also like deep dives into psychology, I want to invite you to check out this video, The Dark Knight Gets Therapized, where I talk about Bruce Wayne in The Dark Knight Rises and how he uses fear as his ally instead of being overcome by it. Super cool. If you dig what we're doing here at Mended Light, like, subscribe, comment, click the bell so you get this little notifications on your phone every time we drop a new video so you don't miss a thing. So I'm Jonathan Decker here with Mended Light, and I'll see you next time. And here comes that Dark Knight video I was telling you about. Swear. Swear that you're going to watch it. Swear to me!